Coach, I want to start with, we saw you at St. Elmo's last night. What's your St. Elmo's go-to order?
Well, it used to be the probably the cowboy of some sorts, which is finding the largest one on the menu, and now it's kind of trickled down to the 8-ounce fillet.
Yeah, you're going smaller. Looking back at your career, year 2 at Cincinnati, you made a huge jump, right? Went from, I think, 111 some games in year 2. What do you think? How are you taking what you learned then to apply it now to have that kind of jump at Wisconsin?
I think that really kind of reflecting, not that I'm a big reflector, reflecting on year 1 and really trying to pinpoint the things that, that go wrong, which things go wrong in every season, but in particular in year 1 of not being as much schematically, what do you need to adjust and adapt, but as to more environmental, culturally, what are the things that you need to really attack in order to make sure you're pushing in the right direction.
Yeah. Was there something when you took that job over that you said, maybe your first week there, that we got to change this right away?
Yeah, I thought that more than anything, we needed to be competitive and tough, and an overemphasis on things like that, and really neglected some of the internal things that I thought that cost us in the long run, but we're able to change.
Yeah, you made kind of a shift in maybe your personal philosophy around offensive football and hired Phil Longo and kind of went with the spread offense. How's that transition been and implementing that kind of offense at Wisconsin? I
think it's gone. I mean, obviously all things have had their ups and their downs, and I think more than anything, everybody believes like, well, can you get the fans and people to buy in and believe? But that's not really what's most important. It's getting the people within that building to understand, believe, and buy in. And as I learned, there are a lot of nuances and there's a lot of development and growth. And to me, it was more about, hey, making sure the guys within, because you're going to have adversity. And when things don't go exactly the way you're planning, meaning every wideout thinks they're going to catch 75 balls, and that's not going to happen, how do you continue to grow with it?
Yeah. What made Tyler Van Dyke the quarterback you wanted to go get in the transfer portal, and how has he been since he's been on campus?
Well, he's done a phenomenal job. He's done a better job at really kind of just, embracing all the different things, coming in, being humble, working, earning all things. But the number one quality to me that I saw from him is handling adversity. I mean, he had in 3 years of a starter at Miami an incredible amount of ups and downs and a lot of really highs and some lows, and went through 3 different offensive coordinators. And I mean, that is just so invaluable in your ability to continue to grow and understand that in this ever-changing game, and especially as a quarterback, you're going to have to handle some of those ups and downs.
I think you would agree that at Wisconsin you win with offensive line play, right? Tough football, you said it with the first answer. How do you go about making sure you have an elite offensive line, and how's that group look so far during this offseason?
Well, it starts with development, but it also starts with recruiting too, and continues within recruiting. There's a history there that gives us the opportunity to be able to do that. But it's then making sure that can mesh into all the things that we're doing, right? Just because you change the style of offense doesn't mean you change the style of offensive line play. And so that ability to continue to kind of morph, that is important, but also is important, and I mentioned it before, for guys like Ches Malusi, because to me, the backs in particular really do set the tone for what physicality looks like. The line's going to be physical and they have no choice. The backs really set the tone for what physicality looks like.
A lot of new changes in college football, right? NIL, transfer portal. I mean, even building a program looks different than it looked when you were building it at Cincinnati. How have you adapted to the portal, and how has it impacted your strategy?
Well, I mean, I think in the first couple of years, it probably impacts you a little bit more, just because the nature of getting some turnover and making sure you're loaded, and you lose guys by nature if they were connected to coaches before, and. But I think that you got to be careful. I think the toughest thing in college football right now is the combination of them all. But it's trying to plan and build for the future when you're not exactly sure what the future holds. Meaning, like, what are the structures, what are the parameters, what are the rules that we're going to be using and living by as we continue to build a program. So there's a lot of little nuances and corners that are being difficult to try to figure out, but you just got to hone in on what it is that's important to you, and make sure you stick to your core values.
Last question I got for you, Coach. Day 1 training camp, you're talking to your guys. What's the message or the goal that you're setting for the season?
Well, I think it's standards, and you're going to hear it from me probably over and over and over again throughout this entire day. And in the preseason, it's all about our leadership and our ability to create, to set, and to uphold standards that always are evolving within your program based on the type of leaders you have, based on the types of things that you know you need to do to continue to grow. And so that is the most critical factor for us in these next 39 days.
Awesome, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thanks so much.
Thank you.